Good afternoon and welcome to the Jess Strom show for take number 2 since we started laughing on take number 1. Ladies, 2 special guests, 2 of my faves, freshman Jada Scales and sophomore Shauna Harrison. So we already had you on the show, Shauna, so you're a returner because you are giving moral support to one of our freshmen, Jadis, who needed somebody to come with her on the show. So Jadis, for all the new viewers out there, why don't you introduce yourself, tell them where you're from and your major.
My name's Jada Scales. I'm a guard. I major pre-med biology.
You're a freshman.
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Shauna, just for all the people that didn't see the last episode, can you introduce yourself to everyone, please?
I'm Shauna Harrison. I'm a guard/forward, and I'm from Sheffield, England.
Hail to all of our England fans. Hail to the Queen over there, all that good stuff over in Sheffield. I know your family will be watching. So, so been a crazy couple weeks, but Jadis, I want to start with you. We have seen in the last few weeks some really different things from you in practice. Can you tell us or tell me, just kind of how much more comfortable you're feeling inside the offense or with the defense, or just overall your comfort level from the beginning of the year till right now?
At the beginning, I was really nervous all the time. I don't even know why. Now I'm comfortable.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
Have a better understanding of what's going on?
Yeah.
More wind to you?
Definitely.
Yep, getting in shape and just kind of getting an understanding of the collegiate style of play. But, coming from Lakota, you guys had a great program there. Tell us a little bit about your high school, just some things that you really, really liked about the program or AAU, anything that you just liked about being back home. Jadis is obviously a little shy.
I don't know, honestly. I just like playing defense.
Yep.
And that's what they do.
Yep. Okay, cool. Shauna, big difference from international basketball to CalU?
Mainly focusing on defense is not that much of a change, but the more key details in what we do is different. Yeah, definitely.
Are you both enjoying, obviously a little bit tweaked to the defense, are you both enjoying the new look for CalU? Jadis, we'll start with you.
Yes.
Yep. Shauna?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, more comfortable?
Yes.
Yep. Cool. And, Jadis, tell us a little bit about the process for you, coming to CalU, choosing CalU. I know you've been recruiting by a lot of schools. And then just kind of start us off like how your preseason was, because obviously this is your first time on the show, preseason into now, kind of just where your mentality has been.
Well, I came here because I like the style of playing, and I knew you guys were all about defense.
And that fits you.
Yeah.
For viewers that, are new, Jadis, both AAU and high school basketball, I would say you were a defensive specialist in terms of how you move your feet and, just your overall aggressiveness. So it was definitely a great fit for you.
Yeah. And coming and having to switch up my defense, having to stop the middle, that was a struggle. And, not being in shape at all, that was really hard. But now I feel like it's good. Yeah.
And was it hard? Did you know what to expect, coming in? I feel like as a freshman, I think everyone always thinks that you have an idea.
Yeah.
Shauna, you can attest to this.
Yeah.
When you're coming in as a freshman, you're working out, that summer, you think that you are at the level that you need to be, and then all of a sudden, boom, college basketball comes up and it's different. Was it different for you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preseason always challenging?
Definitely. We didn't have to do the truck push this year, but I was actually looking forward to that. I can't even lie.
Yeah. Did you find it a lot different, Shauna, compared to last year, just in terms of your preparation and kind of knowing what's going on?
Yeah, because I had a feel for what we were going to be getting into. I knew what I needed to work on.
Definitely just much more confident coming in.
Yeah.
And for you, Jadis, I'm sure it was, challenging. It's brand new, a new set of players, a new atmosphere, just a new style of play, and obviously a new preseason. How were you able to kind of get through things and get yourself to be where you are right now?
I feel like it was mental.
Yeah.
I just had to get myself together.
Mentally, right.
Focus, yeah.
Great. And now we're, there's only so many regular season games left, and some really big games right now for Cal U. All games. I mean, anybody in the PSAC, all games are big. What are you most looking forward to, Jadis, as we play UPJ on Wednesday, and just finish out the remainder of the year in the PSAC play?
Winning.
Yeah.
Winning.
And how do you think we're able to do that?
I think
what are some keys?
we need to play together. And yeah.
Just go from there.
Yeah.
Shauna, same for you. What do you think some of the keys are for Cal U? As we've made some adjustments, kind of got a game under ourselves that we really needed in terms of momentum. Yeah. What are the keys to finishing the year off the way that I believe the whole program wants? Not only the coaching staff, the players, the fans, the families. What are some things that you think Cal U needs to do to be able to finish strong?
I mean, it's been said a lot, but communication, especially with the small change that we've made on our defense, I think that's definitely going to help keep it pushing us forward.
And how has practice been, ladies, you think, for the past few weeks? Have you seen a big difference in just, overall togetherness, effort? Where do you see us right now in practice?
I mean, a lot of times people say that they go to battle in practice, but we've literally been going to war.
Yeah.
Like, we've been beating each other up in practice.
Yeah,
so.
and I feel like as somebody that's on the sidelines of these practice, and we've always had competitive practice. Yeah. It is at another level of who's going to win the drill, what team is going to just be ready to go each and every drill. And I just noticed that each thing that we do has just had another level of not only commitment but focus and just type of energy. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you think that came from, dealing with those losses that, that were really tough to take?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's really changed our mindset, and we've realized we need to pick it up towards the end of the season.
Jay, the same?
Yes. I think that everybody just realizes it's that time to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, there really is. I mean, we always say there are no second chances. In basketball, once you get to March, you got to take care. And I think the last 10 games are obviously really, really important. As we go to UPJ, tell us a little bit about your mindset. I know we're on the road. Tell us about your mindset. Do you have any kind of routine for when we go on the road that you kind of get ready for, Shauna? Or is it just, an average game for you like any other day?
It's just an average game. I mean, I always take another look at the scout on our way to the games. I always have to listen to music before I get to the venue. But other than that, it's just any
really
normal.
No different.
Yeah.
For you, Jace, any different for away games, for home games?
No.
No, just the same routine for you. Do you have any routine? Do you listen to music?
I eat ice before every game.
You eat ice?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I listen to music.
Well, I know everyone listens. Everyone typically listens to music, but I didn't know the whole eating ice thing.
Yeah.
I've seen her walk around with a cup of ice.
It's just your thing. Have you always done that?
Yeah. No. In
Just
high
this year?
school, it was candy. I ate candy before every
I'm glad you made the change.
Thanks.
It's probably much better for your teeth, too.
Yeah.
Don't want to have that dentist around.
I mean, I don't have no cavities, though. That's crazy.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
You do a good job. Hygiene is
crazy.
always very key to success. So, ladies, we want to thank you for being on the Jess Strom Show. And I think before we end this segment, why don't we have a little game here? When I say a word,
Oh, no.
what do you think comes along with it? Ready?
Word
Okay.
association. That's what you
Word
want to play.
association.
Okay.
Basketball.
Katie.
That's a good one.
Meatball.
Shauna.
I think of Subway. What do you think of when you think Jadis?
Annoying.
Annoying.
That's crazy.
I love you, Dad.
Ready? Coach Strom.
Tough.
Oh, I was supposed to go too.
You too. Well, look,
Oh.
she sat right there. Be careful.
Quiet.
Quiet. Very good. Coach T.
Crazy.
Crazy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fun little game. Thank you for participating and thank you for being on the show. It wasn't as bad as you had anticipated, was it?
No.
Just a casual conversation, as Shauna had said, and I had said, nothing major, right, Shauna?
Exactly.
And you probably felt the same way as a freshman too. You were a little nervous.
Yeah, a little bit.
This year you were cool, calm, and collective. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching the first segment of the Jess Strom Show. We will be right back with the main lady, Miss Jessica Strom.
sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
You still talking to your friend?
It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji.
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
It's time to make the PSAC yours. More than 7,500 student athletes working to become champions in 23 championship sports at 18 universities, educating more than 118,000 students and supported by an alumni base of over 900,000. All in and all ready to make the PSAC yours. It's the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
Welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. We are here for the reason for the show with Miss Jessica Strom. How are you doing today?
Good.
Feeling good?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. It's been a fun day. A lot of energy, a lot of laughs.
I think we're slap happy. We're tired.
Yeah. Everybody looked a little groggy, but really, really picking it up. Been really proud of the girls for their effort and kind of the way they're making some changes to some things.
Yeah, I think we definitely have made changes in practice. You know, they talked about it a lot throughout the season, and I think, you know, the middle of the season gets long. But they have made changes. I think they have brought more energy, even though we're there early every day. I feel like they've brought a little more focus. I think our practices, probably for the past week and a half, have been definitely at a higher level than they were.
No doubt. And I feel like finally, you know, I think sometimes you just get sick of talking about it. And we talk about this all the time, like you just have to take action in everyday play and what you have to back up basically what you say with what you do.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a whole team effort too. I don't think it's, you know, if you play 35 minutes or you play 1 minute a game, I feel like everybody has to bring it every day for your team to be great. And I think we finally got that message. You know, we were inconsistent individually, I feel like early. And I feel like recently they have come, everybody, whoever's in practice that day has come ready to go.
And I think the fun part about that is, you know, any team that you put together in practice is just battling. It doesn't matter who's on what team, you know, what drill we're in. We've seen a lot more just fierce competition.
Yeah, it's been very competitive. You know, I've even heard some talking here recently about like, you know, winning the whole day or, you know, you guys haven't won a drill yet. Like I feel like they're getting it competitive wise.
Especially when it really means something. Like, you know, it's hard to get that understanding of how important practice is every single day. And I think sometimes when you are dealt losses that we have been dealt, that it's a wake-up call. I mean, sometimes you can't get those back, but, you know, what you do to make it right is
you got to
really
learn.
important.
You have to learn from them. And I think that one of the main things we had to fix was practice, being consistent in practice. I don't want to make it seem like we didn't ever practice hard. We did.
We've always had really good hard work, but the energy level.
Yeah, has definitely increased. And I think at the end, especially of the Slippery Rock game, you could see our energy was there. And I am pretty proud of them because earlier in the season, I feel like if our game was not going great, we kind of went into a shell or got nervous. And I feel like finally on Saturday, we weren't playing great. We weren't making shots.
No.
Our shooting percentage was really, really bad. And but they kind of stayed the course. They stayed confident. No one kind of got shook. So I was really happy to see that improvement.
Obviously growth, and I feel like that's too. You know, at one point we had a really young lineup in, you know, with freshmen and sophomores playing, you know, significant minutes. Do you think that's just growth from them from the beginning of the year, just kind of making their way?
Yeah, I do. I think, you know, all year long we've had inexperienced players playing. Whether they were older or younger, we have had a lot of inexperienced players playing bigger roles. And I think finally they're getting it. They're getting more confidence. You can't teach experience.
No, you really can't.
You can't. You just have to play. You have to get in the game. And I think the younger kids, even in practice, are gaining more experience. Like our freshmen, Hallie and Liv play a lot in the games, but the other ones, not so much. But in practice, I can see a definite difference in their confidence.
Just getting better.
Yeah, they're getting a lot better.
And that's what you want, everybody to get better. And, when you started so well and then had that little slowdown, I think it was kind of like, it was not scary, but, I think like, this could happen. I feel like we're finally getting that confidence back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. So let's just talk about Saturday. Versus Slippery Rock and good old Hamer Hall. There was a gymnastics competition in the Convocation Center, moved the game to Hamer Hall. How much fun was it over there
so
on
much
Saturday?
fun.
I loved it.
It's so fun. I wish that we could play maybe 1 or 2 games there a year because the atmosphere is just different.
Loud.
Yeah, it's very loud. You could have the same amount of people that would be in Convo, but it seems packed. It seemed really loud. Like when we were making a run, kind of making some shots in the third quarter, fourth quarter, it was loud. And
it's so much fun.
Yeah, and I could tell our team was feeding off of that energy, but it takes you back. It takes you right back.
So there's the gym. I mean, it has just an old school feel to it.
It does. It definitely does. And I think our kids really enjoyed playing in there because, again, you could hear everything. But we just talked about young players making plays, and there's 2 freshmen making big plays, and there's a sophomore. So our leading scorers this game, sophomore, freshman.
Yep.
Which is really nice for us to see, but they need to become really consistent. And that's kind of hard for young players at times, but hopefully they got it now. Like I said, first half, our shooting percentage, this is probably all of our makes on these highlights in the first half. But we kind of just stuck with it, kept with our game plan, kept running our offense, and then they started to fall, and you could see we went on a really big run towards the end of the game. And I think our bench was awesome in this game.
Absolutely.
Everybody had a ton of energy, and it was just fun. It was fun to play this game.
And it was finally nice in the third and fourth quarter, well, mostly the fourth, going on that little run and just hitting some shots that we needed. And sometimes that was just one of the difference in the games that we've played. We were taking great shots, but just didn't seem to capitalize. I felt finally in the fourth quarter when we needed to make shots, we ended up with the big ones.
Yeah, and we had some lucky rolls like you see right here. I think we banked in 2 threes, but you're right. Some of those games we lost, we shot just terribly. You can't win games shooting that bad. So it was nice to get on a roll, and I think we just kept gaining confidence. Someone would make a shot, someone else would make a big shot, and then it's just contagious.
Yeah.
The energy is contagious.
And it stemmed from there, and like you said, some younger players really stepping up, and Shauna was outrageous. For this past week, she was really, really good and really fun to watch.
Yeah, speaking of Shauna, she was the PSAC West Defensive Player of the Year. Player of the Week this week. Which is so funny to think because I know she doesn't enjoy defense as much as she enjoys offense. But she did a great job rebounding for us, scoring for us. She's definitely stepping up at the right time. Even her practices the past week and a half have been really, really solid.
Yeah, I have been so pumped because we have continually at the beginning of the year talked about her rebounding. On our squad, we don't have, a 6'2", even like a 6'1". We're all relatively, 5'10", potentially 6 foot on the roster.
Yeah.
Probably 5'9" in real life.
Yeah.
But, I think that's one thing that she is really, and our bench goes nuts when she's going up for big. She is strong.
Yeah, she's one of the stronger females I've seen in a long time. And I kind of think that Shauna doesn't even realize how good she can be. She really enjoys shooting the ball from the outside, but I think that we've been begging her to get inside a little bit and post up a little bit, and she's trying it. She's making herself uncomfortable to get better, and that's a good thing to see. That's a growth in her individually.
And that's how people get better,
Yeah.
obviously. That feeling of uncomfortable and then just being able to do it, and was really, really impressed with her effort. So now, Wednesday, tomorrow, heading to UPJ, and a big one. They're all big at this point.
Yeah.
On the road, haven't had a great away record. Keys to the game.
Yeah, I think that also comes with inexperienced players. You have to have some kids that have been there before. It's just, I don't know why road games are different. It's just you have to drive there, and the gym is the same size, and you just have a different color
The
uniform
rims
on.
are the same, yeah.
Yeah. But it's different, and it's always been that way. So anxious to see how we react with kind of our new attitude, our new energy that we've been bringing. We talk about it. Every game is a playoff game for us now. We have 7 games left, and each one individually we're going to take one at a time, but they're all the most important game in our season.
Absolutely. And 2 big scorers for UPJ. And they do such a nice job coming in and just being very versatile in their scoring, whether it's on the block, shooting threes, just a team that is growing as well, that we've seen. Had a big win against them, forced a lot of turnovers, but, that defense is a little different. What are some things defensively that are going to be really important?
Yeah, you mentioned, they have a really good balance of some older kids that can score the ball and then some young kids that are getting better throughout the season. I think a key for us is just energy defensively. Even though we maybe are changing a little bit, our energy shouldn't change. I think if we're going to trap, we're going to trap with energy. If we're going to play straight up, we're going to play straight up, but we're going to be talking and have our hands moving. Like you said, we scored a ton of points off turnovers last time we played them. And I'm sure they're talking the same thing. He's a good coach and they're a good team. So I'm sure they're preparing, to play us also.
And with their scorers, in double digits, Smith and McGrath, how do you try to get your team prepared to play someone that plays so different than us in practice? I feel like that's always a big challenge. Like, no one plays like Smith. No one really plays like McGrath on our team. It's really hard to mimic.
Yeah, and the thing about us is we don't really change our defense for any player that we play against. But I think the key is to understand what they like to do.
Absolutely.
Just kind of be aware of what they're going to do or what they're going to try to do and what they're really good at. And I think our preparation has been good. I think our kids have been focused in film.
So much better.
Yeah, they have. They've been locked in a little bit of, what they want to do. Like if you quiz them on anything, they have it now. They're paying attention. And
some really big upcoming games. Obviously, we'll have them on the monitor here. Obviously, UPJ away, IUP at home, Edinburgh away, Seton Hill home, and then obviously we have Mercyhurst again, and it's still Clarion that we still have to play. So some really, really big upcoming games, and and after Wednesday, which is the most important game, IUP at home, which is always the rival game that people circle, but UPJ, that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, to me, I does not even look ahead at that schedule. Yeah, it doesn't matter for us. Where we are in this season with our record right now, tomorrow's game is the most important game for us. We're kind of right on that bubble. Like you can see in these standings right here, we're right there. But then again, a couple games we could be right out of there. So,
absolutely.
So our next game is the most important game. You see Seton Hill and Pitt Johnstown, they're right below us. And you're just playing for seeding at this point. You want to get the highest seed you possibly can for the PSAC tournament. You want to make the PSAC tournament. There's so many games left, and you see on that graphic right there, IUP and Gannon are the only 2 that have clinched a spot. So everybody else is fighting. UPJ is fighting for a spot. Cal should be fighting for a spot. So, it's the best time of year, but everybody's going to show up.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you have to be ready to play. How do you prepare? I think it's so much easier right now for the players, especially the new players that we have. And whether that's being new to the program, with City and Mo that are new to the program, but also with our freshmen that have an understanding how teams play, their personnel, because they really have no clue what kind of players were in the PSAC, what teams, how they played. I think it's so much better. I remember as a player the second time around was so much easier. You've had such a better comfort to you knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, you can tell they're a little more confident about, they understand, what UPJ is going to try to do. But at the same time, the other teams are feeling more comfortable understanding what we're going to do. Yeah, so everybody just has a better understanding of what teams are trying to do, who the players are on their team, what the players do well. But it's fun. It's fun this time of year because I think you do know. So it's kind of like a chess match. And it's just whatever players show up that day and play harder.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what team. It's, whoever's coming prepared, whoever's the most focused. And let's face it, we've been talking about this. Whoever can execute. Because I feel like every team in the PSAC and so many players in the PSAC, great teams, great coaches, great players, a lot of respect. It's just who is going to execute that night.
Yeah, and it's, we tell our kids a lot, it's a choice. You can choose to bring energy. You can choose to play as hard as you possibly can. And, realistically, teams don't always play that way.
No.
But if you can get a mindset to where you have the control of that, you know, you're maybe not going to make shots all the time, and we'll take those games, but you have a choice to show up every day. And I think our kids are kind of excited. You know, I think they
Absolutely.
understand now better how important games are, each individual game.
Yeah. Well, folks, join us on CUTV for our game at Pitt Johnstown, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then hopefully you can follow along with the team as we try to get through the PSAC and get ourselves in a position where we can compete in the PSAC tournament and hopefully, you know, work our way to a potential championship. Folks, thanks so much for joining us on the Jess Strom Show. Always appreciate your support, and we will see you soon.